my interest in politics, it's difficult to say exactly how it happened. Mostly a lot of that by absorption. I was from a very political family. Well, my father was never involved directly in government or in politics or party politics, or neither was my mother, but one of her brothers was an MLA. Her father had been an MLA for a long time, and my great-great-grandfather had been an MLA. So at my house, we tended to watch a social credit convention over a hockey game. Any political activity that was on TV would be of interest, whether it was provincial or federal or municipal. It would always be a subject of discussion. So I always understand that it made a difference, that politics did make a difference, that the electoral process did work. Maybe not perfect, maybe not exactly the way that you liked it, but I saw people before me in all parties who actually wanted to do something right, who had an idea, they agreed to put their name forward, worked with the community to try to achieve things. And I've seen some advancements that were happening in that way. I think our democratic process, if you look at what we have in Canada, we have an election and government can change overnight, and the next day we all go to work. There's no blood on the streets. There's no people sent to prisons because of their political views. We have freedom of religion in our country. I grew up, my father was a veteran. He died when I was 14. The Veterans Affairs and Canada Pension Plan assisted my family greatly. It was in the Trudeau years, a time when we knew that everything was possible. We had the feeling that everybody had equal opportunity. So I was able, as my brothers and sisters were, to get an education, to have access. When I started as an adult in the community, it was normal for me and natural that I would participate, whether it was the Board of Trade, whether it was the Acadian Federation, whatever. I served on the board of the local university, Université Sainte-Anne. It was normal for me to participate, knowing that everybody made a difference, everybody contributed a bit, and something good came out of the debate. Even if you didn't all agree, at the end of the day, the groups generally make a good decision. And so I was asked to run for municipal council. That's the first time I became personally involved, and I was successful, served one term, then resigned to take a municipal administration job, and again, was very, very much involved in the political world, and working with the federal and provincial governments on all sorts of issues and files, recognizing that it was important, and therefore I kept my interest going, worked within the party, within the Liberal Party, worked on provincial leadership campaigns, worked on federal nominations. I ran for nomination unsuccessfully back in '93, and so in 2000 I was asked to consider it again, and I willingly did so, and got to serve 8 years in Parliament again. Meeting people from all over the country, people who would have different problems, but there was a lot of commonality, is that there are issues that if we all work together, we can advance the cause, we can advance the standings in our country. And that's why I'm pleased to run again. I think we got to get back to a lot of that. We got to get back to where we politicians not only make a difference, and the parliamentary process not only makes a difference, but is seen to make a difference. And not just that autocratic role that can be played by the Prime Minister's office in directing his party, but that the will of Parliament is heard. There's a lot I find disappointing when I look at the turnout at elections, when I see that maybe the youth aren't engaged as much as they should be, because they don't understand, and probably for some reason, a lot of reasons, are quite cynical. Because what you see of the parliamentary process or the legislative process in Nova Scotia is question period. That's what makes the news, and that's a scrap, and it doesn't have a lot of dignity to it. And a lot of politicians may make promises that they're unable to keep, and that turns people off and turns them away. And I would hope that through my participation and through participation of others that I see doing positive work, that we can get people to participate again, to see that it does make a difference.